Welcome to another Pike and Shot battle. This is Scottish 1494 versus English 1543, and unfortunately, Nosy Rat has followed me here from Field of Glory 2. I fled all the way to Pike and Shot to stop losing games to him, but looks like we're going to have to keep getting crushed. Yeah, a nice hill there for him if he can take it in time. Not sure if that's possible, though. Want to max out our light lancers and our Scots horse. Even though they're not very good, we need any cavalry we can get. I think we're going to ignore guns because he's going to have enough light cavalry to just run down any artillery I bring. The Scots Highlanders are impact foot swordsmen. They're vulnerable to cavalry, and they're only bow 50%, so their firepower is negligible. But 42-point impact foot, that's pretty alright, I'll take it. Then I'll grab some skirmishing arquebusiers for range support, and then pikemen. Ooh. How can I give myself an extra 80 points? Okay, ultimately I settled on not going for a 7th unit of unarmored pikemen, instead sticking to my 8 units of not very good cavalry and adding 1 unit of light guns. That may seem a bit silly when my cavalry are going to lose no matter what, but I need them to delay his cavalry so we can get our infantry into contact. So I think it's more important to have 2 more units of cavalry than 1 more unit of pikemen. Alright, and deployment. What have we got? A hill, which looks like he probably won't contest. I'm guessing he'll deploy back here, or maybe more generously here. We'll push our guns up here to support. And we'll, split our light cavalry, 2 to each wing. Do the same with our non-light cavalry. Maybe not, maybe I should center them. We'll think about that. Right. Pikemen, perhaps a relatively even mix of pikemen and Scots Highlanders. Right. And arquebusiers. Just plunk them in front for now. I think we'll do a relatively even spread of our cavalry, and we'll either shift them to the flanks to fight his cavalry if they arc around, or we can push them forward to break up zone of control locks by his cavalry, or charge archers or something. Alright. Next turn. Let's see what he brings to the field. Max on his light horse, that's to be expected. Max on his Landsect mercenaries, also to be expected. Good position for his guns, probably some medium foot of some sort in this built-up area. Good cavalry on this wing, only 2 demi-lancers on this wing, still better than the Scots horse, but not by much. Ah, there we go, longbowmen. Right. That's fine. Send them greetings. Hello. Alright, Scots horse, push over. Seize a hill. And fall back to the support of the non-light horse. Guns forward. Unarmored pikemen forward. Okay. Pretty straightforward so far. Ooh, that's unfortunate. I'll have to get in the rough. These Lasnachts are going to be a problem. They're above average in armored as opposed to average and unarmored. But at least we'll have a slope to help us out. We'll ultimately want these light guns for shooting at these pikemen. A little bit worried about this flank with these Highlanders disrupted. I think I can only hope that if they break them, they push this way and can maybe catch in the flank or something, but it's going to be awkward. In fact, I think I'll shift over so that we have a zone of control, or a clear field at least to charge here. I think it's still better to hold back than to let the Scots horse take the charge. Okay. Next turn. Oh, I was hoping they'd stay turned. Okay. How bad? We're uphill. They got troop quality, and then armor advantage and troop quality. Is our impact any good? Not really. It's impact foot versus KO. So what do we do then? To keep wasting shot on that. I think our right side's going to cave, so we need to simply rely on pushing elsewhere. Take a risk. That's that's not what I had in mind. Okay. Well, our right side is going to collapse at an accelerated rate then. Yeah, so he's done a great job of just refusing this line and making my advance here not very effective. And now, through my fallback, this whole position is going to cave. So now I'm in a huge rush to attack here and hope something good happens. Next turn. This, I think, is a lost cause with the collapse of my entire right wing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it continues. Or at least he got some disruptions in exchange. Helps a little. Okay, withdraw into the rough and just try to hold out for a little longer. Plainly, we just need to charge here, even though it's not a very good idea. This is better, though. Here we can get our revenge. pass our cohesion check. We'll sacrifice a unit here. Better join the fun rather than get shot at again. The question is, can we cave this in faster than this can finish me off here and wrap around? Okay, so my apologies. I lost last turn's recording somehow. Basically what happened was the total collapse of my remaining right flank and minor progress in the center. So we'll pick up where it left off. No! That was really awful luck. One cannon shot, or cannon volley, disrupting a unit like that is not common. Well, okay. Well, that was wonderful. Do it. Gives up the opportunity to turn around and hit these pikemen in the flank, but I think we just have to give that up. Might as well have them waste their time if possible. This is going very badly though. If we survive into next turn, we might get a chance to at least break his center before we get rolled up completely. And also, Here's a way to defeat these pikemen as in English. Disrupt them first, unlocks the longbowman's swordsman ability. Then there we are. Loss 37%, draw 62, with a 36-point unit versus an 80-point unit. Next turn. So unfortunate. Really could have used these rear attacks here. And we're off. .23. That means his units that were fragged are still holding on. Yep. Okay. Let's take care of that. Good. If this unit survives till next turn, unlikely, but if it does, we can get a rear charging. In the meantime, move into support. Good. That's all we can do. Not a great sign. Next turn. Ah, there we go. Good. Held firm through the arrow fire. Perfect. Yep, so now the longbows lose their 100 POA because we are no longer unsteady. Very well. So from these light lancers after he's rallied down my lancers. Is that worth it? Probably not. That could be. Gonna frag and we stick at 11% to win, which is not actually a great idea. Alright, well, we're gonna get some more points on the table at least. Next turn. Neck and neck now. That would be why. 2,000 men right there. Does that cause? No. Ouch. Have to hope to break these longbowmen quickly before this unit of bow and bill can turn about and hit us in the rear. Alright, let's see who's still under control. Not very many. Might flee from the light horse, actually. Hopefully these light lancers hold for one turn, even flanked. If not, well, it's still a good place to have our Scots horse. Break them. Good. Well, hopefully they come back. And that's it. That's all we can do. Hopefully next turn we get some of these pursuing troops back under control. We can turn them around and do something about this, because we're going to lose these unarmored pikemen to his mercenaries. Next turn. Can I hunt those somehow? Maybe. Could we pursue just out of charge range there? I kind of like that in Pike and Shot you cannot resolve the melees, so it's all kind of unpredictable what's going to happen in between the orders you give. Field of Glory 2 is a little bit more chess-like in that regard. Good. Scots horse. Not as useful for hunting down routers then. Wheel about. Obviously not worth charging unless we can get them to stick somehow. This is unfortunate. We're just gonna lose this unit, I think. Can't quite make it into the forest. Wonder if I should try for it anyway. We stand, we die. Let's try for it. Good. Should be able to put some pressure from this direction, and this is a total mess. Alright, onward. Next turn. Good. Our pikemen are not pursuing, so we should be able to get them into combat soon. Hold? They held. Good. Goodbye, everyone, apparently. Alright then. How do we want to do this? I think we're going to just push straight forward here. And... Going head on? That seems kind of foolish. Alright, if they try to work their way behind, we can threaten them. If they try to fight us head on, well, we're in rough ground, so we'll hold for a time. Right. Take cover in the forest. That is all we can do. Next turn. Oh, yeah, kind of concerned about that whole situation. He's gonna go for the rear charge. Can I do anything about that? I'm not sure that I can. This is a rule difference thing that he's probably not aware of, but I can ignore this zone of control because we have a pike kale, and he's not directly to our front. So we're going to ignore them. I wonder, I think I can turn because this counts as a flank threat and we're not yet engaged. So with that in mind, I'll just turn. This will save his unit, but it'll also save my unit. If I'm very lucky, he'll forget that these guys are in here and just trundle forward, but I don't think he will. Alright, lots of weird maneuvering here. If I can break this unit, that would do the trick. Next turn. Goodbye to my light lancers. Well, we can hold out in the rough for a while even against a better unit. Not for a long while, apparently. Okay, get that rear charge. This was underwhelming, to say the least. Right. Fire. What do I do? Do I charge? We'll probably lose that, unfortunately. If I stand, I get shot at, I suppose. Maybe the village blocks the fire, I'm not sure. And here I need to cover the rear of this unit, unfortunately. Suppose I could just lock them in, then lock them in, and just stand here. How bad is this? Enemy unit plus 50 for armor, and then combat strength modifier. Then we're both disordered, so we'll hold for a while. Right, so raiders have no impact capability and we're uphill, so it's plus 125 impact, but then in melee they have pistol plus 100 and armor advantage plus 50 because we are unarmored swordsmen. So if we disrupt them on impact, we could hack them down by unlocking our swordsman POA. If we fail, we'll collapse. Alright, so that unit's done for. Alright, it's going to drag on then. Next turn. Good. Even disrupted, they're hard to take on 2 units. I need to throw a third one in. Very nice. Okay, if this unit charges in and sticks, we can hit them. If this unit advances, we can zone of control lock them. Kind of hesitate to move with this unit. Let's give it one more turn and then we'll push out with them. Next turn. I really wanted to get a frag. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Once we break those Landsnecht, we should have a win. But they don't break yet. Okay, shove them off. Sure, why not? Now their rear is protected and they can wheel about. Okay. That's all we can do, but we should have a win this turn. Alright, there's a well played. Probably the only time I will ever win a mirrored pair of matches against Nosy Rat, and of course it's only because he's learning the game right now. Okay, so what happened? I lost this flank quite drastically, but I think Nosy Rat had to commit a lot of his better troops to doing this. And in order to prevent me from getting support here, he had to deploy in flat open ground here with his infantry line. And the English infantry line at this period is just not that good. So basically, I lost on the right. But it took him too long to work his way over, and although my Highlanders were mostly broken, these pike units are each 4 times as many men as the Highlanders, so the rout percent of the Scottish army is really concentrated in these pike squares. So even with most of my units routed, by keeping most of my pike units intact, I've lost less of a percent. I was able to just kind of bowl over the center. So yeah, good game to Nosy Rat. It is possible to win as both, and this was very close. And hopefully I get to play him in some more matches of Pike and Shot. Till next time.